everybody, welcome back to TAZS Wig Closet. This is Taz. As you notice, I'm not in my regular wig closet today. I'm spending some time with my son in southern Georgia temporarily, so I thought I'd use one of his spare bedrooms to do some filming. What we're going to look at today is Coco by Envy in the color Dark Blonde. This wig was provided by, and the video is sponsored by Wig Studio One. Be sure to go out to Wig Studio One to find more information on Coco, and if you decide to purchase, use the code BEAUTIFULYOU for a 30% off discount. I think Coco was released right around 2017 for Envy. It's a very popular, short, wavy, voluminous bob cut. Let's take a look at the color Dark Blonde. I think Envy has some of the most dynamic, beautiful, natural looking colors on the market for synthetic styles. They're very dynamic and there's a lot of variation. So on this Dark Blonde, it's not a rooted color, but it is very dynamic. You're going to find a dark honey, like a dark honey blonde as the base shade. You're going to find a lot of that on the underneath layers, as you would on natural hair. And then it's highlighted with a beautiful light ash blonde. Coco features a little bit of a longer fringe here on the front at about 8.75 inches. So in its curl pattern, it's still stretching beyond the chin on most people. In the back, there is a 9¼ inch layer off of the crown and a 3¼ inch nape. There's about a 7¼ inch layer here on the sides as well. What I love about it, as the crown layer kind of meets the nape layer, it really forms a nice blunt full edge in the back. It nearly gives it an angular look, although it's about the same length all the way around. And Coco does feature a temple-to-temple lace front and a left monofilament side part. Weighs about 3¼ ounces. Let's take a look at the lace features. So it runs temple to temple. The knots are fairly fine. You can see through to the illusion of scalp on that monofilament. My only criticism of this lace front, and sometimes we see this with the Envy styles, is that you're going to be able to see the seams where the lace feature meets the cap. I think they could do just a tad better in obscuring that. But the lace features are beautiful. I would put this lace feature on par with something that you might see from Belle Tress or Renee of Paris. The curl pattern is big and soft and round, a very feminine curl pattern look, especially in the back where you've got this beautiful bluntly cut wave as it kind of gently stacks there in the back. Now, Envy's fibers are very fine and dry. So what that means is they're baby fine, they're very separated from one another, and they tend to mimic the movement of natural hair. So you notice that these waves are bluntly cut and they have a lot of bounce and body and movement. It just looks like freshly cut, healthy human hair. So Coco has a lot of hair. I would say a medium to thick density on Coco based on this piece that I have. And there's very limited permatease. So this fiber is really doing all of the work with all this body and wave. There's enough permatease here on the top around that monofilament and at the crown and back to sort of prop up the style and cover the wefts, but it's not an inordinate amount of volume that you can sometimes see on these very voluminous short curly bobs. Another style that comes to mind would be the Gabor's Sweet Talk. I happen to have one of those. So here I have the Gabor Sweet Talk. So Sweet Talk is going to feature a little bit of a shorter bang area here. but it's a big, round, voluminous bob cut. One of the main differences you'll see here is that Sweet Talk is loaded with permatease, and the way the layering is done and this kind of choppy, separated curl pattern, it's going to look bigger and maybe a little more flirty versus the softer feminine look of the waves here on the Coco. So what do I love about Envy's Coco? I love the colors. I think this is a beautiful, this dark blonde is such a beautiful color, more on the neutral to ash side. I think it's a very practical length, so you get a lot of great things and a great versatility on this style, but it's still just above the collar, which is going to give you a little more longevity. And lastly, the body and the movement I think is superior to similar styles in this class. What do I think can be improved on this style? I think the lace front feature can always be looked at. The Envy styles that I've seen, sometimes you can see the seam. The seam is oftentimes visible where the lace front meets the cap. And on a shorter style, that could be a lot more evident than on a style like this where you've got some really nice coverage. Here's an inside look at the cap for Envy's Coco. Here's your temple to temple lace front, seamlessly back into a left monofilament side part. The lace is a bit thicker and scratchier than some. We do have an open wefted ear tab, lots of fibers spliced in there to give some very nice coverage. These stays on this are fairly weak. We do have an extended open nape with bra strap type adjusters. This wig seems to have quite a bit of stretch. It's average sized right out of the box. I only had to cinch it in a tad to accommodate a petite average circumference. The Coco is right out of the box. You'll notice it still has its tags. I have not styled it. The only thing I did was turn it upside down, give it a few nice shakes just to kind of loosen up those fibers, and I put it on and formed some impressions and did this review. I do believe that the glasses fit nicely between the ear and the ear tab on this style. Very comfortable. There's not a lot of permatease there at the temple. Thanks so much for joining me today for a quick look at the Coco style by Envy in the color Dark Blonde. Be sure to go out to Wig Studio 1 for more information on purchasing this style. Have a great day.